We have some major breaking news as it has been announced that Bubba Wallace has been fined $50,000 for his actions after the Cup Series race at Chicago. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel and welcome back to the video. As I just said a second ago, NASCAR has officially announced that Bubba Wallace has received a $50,000 fine for putting Alex Bowman in the wall after the Cup Series race concluded. Here's the report from NASCAR. NASCAR officials issued a penalty Wednesday for an on-track infraction after the checker flag of last weekend's NASCAR Cup Series race at the Chicago Street Course. Bubba Wallace, driver of the number 23-2311 Racing Toyota, was fined $50,000 for violating sections 4.4.B and D NASCAR Member Code of Conduct during Sunday's Grand Park 165. During the cool-down lap after the conclusion of the 2024 Chicago Street Race, Wallace slammed the door of his number 23 machine into the side of Chicago winner Alex Bowman's number 48 Chevrolet. This post-race confrontation comes after a lap 25 incident when Bowman's Hendrick Motorsports Chevy tangled up with the number 23, causing Wallace to clip the side and spin into the wall. Wallace subsequently finished the race in 13th and currently sits 17th in the playoff standings, 45 points underneath the elimination line for the 16-driver field. This is something that a lot of people are wanting. I saw people on social media calling for Bubba Wallace to be suspended after the incident, and I saw people saying that he should not have been fined in any way or form. What a lot of people in the NASCAR industry are kind of comparing this to is the penalty that Daniel Suarez received when he got an Alex Bowman on pit road. Daniel Suarez received a $50,000 fine, but he did not receive any other penalty. But in my opinion, there is a really big difference. Number one, Bubba Wallace was expressing his frustration, which I think was completely justified. And I saw Alex Bowman saying that Bubba Wallace should not have been fined or sent any sort of points penalty. The one positive that I think comes out of the situation, if there's any positive here, is the fact that Bubba Wallace did not receive any sort of points penalty. If he had received a points penalty, I think I'd definitely be a lot madder about this. That being said, I still don't really agree with the decision 100%. I get that he put Alex Bowman in the wall, but this was after the checker flag had come out, and even Alex Bowman said he kind of deserved it, but that being him, because he took Bubba Wallace out of a chance to go to victory. He said that Bubba should not have been penalized in any shape or form. I also have a big problem with this because Chase Elliott did not receive a penalty for his contact with Daniel Suarez after the checker flag. He ran into Daniel Suarez after the checker flag because Daniel Suarez had, I believe, turned Chase Elliott coming to the white flag or coming to the checker flag, and Chase expressed his frustration. I don't understand why Chase got nothing, got no fine whatsoever, but Bubba Wallace gets a $50,000 fine. A little bit questionable if you ask me. And NASCAR, once again, being very inconsistent. Because if you're going to find somebody for one incident, you got to find the other guy. I just don't see the silver lining in that situation. Also, why was Truex Jr. not fined a while back at Richmond? Because Truex Jr., remember, after the Cup Series race concluded, Kyle Larson ran into him, and then Truex ran into Kyle Larson multiple different times, and then he ran into Denny Hamlin. He went on a complete rampage. Why was Truex Jr. not penalized? They were slowing down. Why was he not penalized there? I really don't understand the consistency. And I know people say, well, he got the same penalty as Suarez, where he got a $50,000 fine. Well, my big problem is, and the difference between what happened with Suarez and Bubba, is that was on pit road where officials were standing there. There were no officials near these cars. So I know it was near the pit road, but still, there was no officials on the racetrack. So why in the hell do you give Bubba Wallace a $50,000 fine, but you don't give Chase Elliott one, and you don't give other drivers who've done stuff like this on the cool-down lap before? Because this happened many times before. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't there an incident between Ryan Preece not too long ago? If I'm not mistaken, there's been other incidents many times before where drivers have ran into each other on the cool-down lap. I don't think that Carl Edwards or Kyle Busch got fined back in 2008 at Bristol. I don't think other drivers have fined in recent years. If I'm not mistaken, Denny Hamlin, I don't think he got a fine for his actions at Alex Bowman in 2021. Kind of a common denominator with Alex Bowman. I just really don't understand the inconsistency by NASCAR here, at least, to give one guy a fine and not give the other guy a fine. But the positive, like I said, is the fact that there was no points penalty. Look, I know there's probably going to be some comments on this video saying that Bubba Wallace should have been suspended. You probably should have suspended him. But no, I think that would have absolutely been way too overkill and absolutely unjustified. I still don't like the call personally to give him a fine. I just don't 100% agree with it. I don't think he absolutely deserved a fine for that. Again, I understand NASCAR wants everyone to be safe. I guess their thinking is he put him in the wall, he put damage on the car. But again, that was after the race concluded. That's what I don't completely understand is the fact the race had already been over. Alex Bowman won the race, and Alex said he ruined Bubba Wallace's day. And Alex Bowman took Bubba Wallace out of the playoffs or a little bit farther back, though Bubba Wallace, to be fair, did gain some points. At least if there's a positive, there wasn't a points penalty, so Bubba Wallace isn't going to be in a worse position. I think a lot more some fans would probably have been happy if Bubba got a penalty, and I think some fans are also not going to be happy about this penalty as well. To me, I don't 100% understand the call. I think a $50,000 fine was a little bit overkill, maybe like a $25,000 fine, but hey, at least it's a fine at the worst. It's not a points penalty because it's after the checkered flag. Again, we saw the incident, and Bowman was even advocating for the fact that he should not have been penalized for that. So I don't 1,000% understand the call personally to give him a fine. I wish they didn't give him a fine because, in my opinion, I don't think he deserved a fine for what happened on the track. Again, I think some are going to disagree with me on this, and that's perfectly fine. The big question will be, will Bubba Wallace appeal? I don't think so. Bubba's making quite a bit of money nowadays, so I don't think he's going to end up getting a fine for this. I know people are also going to reference the Eric Almirola situation in my comments, but again, I personally don't think that Bubba Wallace should have gotten any sort of penalty, in my opinion. I think it's not the right call personally. I think $50,000 is a little bit overkill. I'm not the biggest fan of giving someone a $50,000 fine for showing their frustration. It also is going to lead to a lot of people saying that NASCAR doesn't want their drivers to show a lot of personality. So I think NASCAR went a little bit overkill, if you ask me, in the call. I know some will disagree, and that's fine. That's understandable. That's your opinion. But to me, I don't think Bubba Wallace should have received any sort of penalties or any sort of fines. I don't agree with NASCAR doing this, in my opinion, especially not giving Chase Elliott one, who also pretty much did the same exact thing. So that is going to be our today's NASCAR short breaking news video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's video. What are your thoughts about Bubba Wallace receiving a $50,000 fine for his post-race actions at Chicago? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Later today on the channel, we're going to have a breaking news video on the announcement on the driver going to Front Row Motorsports. We're also going to have the Xfinity Series race picks dropping as well for this weekend at Pocono. I already uploaded a video talking about Haley Deegan, now returning to AM Racing, and I was talking about SVG and Noah Gragson as well. Tomorrow, we're going to have the Cup Series race picks for Pocono, and we're also going to have the paint scheme video, and if there's any major news breaks throughout the rest of the week, we'll discuss here live on the channel. Got a ton of great NASCAR content, other motorsports content dropping over the course of the next couple days that I cannot wait for you guys to check out. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.